So I'm gonna be replacing the left rear shock on this video. The heck? Here's this charger for the guess that's just audible noise to let you know the battery is charged, fully charged. It's kind of cool. So I was taking the left rear shock apart and everything. I was gonna check this one out and everything. I already took it all apart, but noticed that this one had a lot of play. Look at that, what the? And it's not a wheel bearing. I checked the back. There's these bolts from factory that I guess they're like just Tighten only. You can't replace them, but two of them were broke. I know one of them is broke, one of them is missing, and it's being held by one of them. Just half of it's holding it. So I'm gonna take this apart and see if I could just replace the bolts in the back. If not, then I'm gonna have to do the whole arm, whatever. But for now, I'm gonna take this apart and see if I could just maybe install or tap new threads on the actual back of this. So craziness. Yeah, good thing I found this, because you don't want this coming out at high speeds. That's a lot of play. It's pretty dangerous. Other side's good, so it's just this side. We'll figure it out. The whole assembly here is moving, so ooh, no bueno, no bueno. Little stuff to fix. Still got a month and a half to go, so it's nothing bad. We'll figure it out. So these are the bolts here that are behind the actual spindle itself. These are the T50 size, with they're about 15 millimeter in length. So pretty much I had to heat up that actual metal portion there, so I could, heat expansion, so it lets the bolt come out without breaking. So just gotta heat up the last one, since it's pretty much loose, halfway already loose. So I'm gonna heat it up, make sure everything's nice and smooth, comes out without breaking. So, and then I should be able to retap the new threads, and have to probably drill out the one that's actually broken, and maybe heat a coil. If I could fix it or remove the broken bolt, then I could just put a new bolt in there. Alright, little stuff, but on the way to get it finished. Let's go. Just comes out and that's it. Here's the one that's broken. The three that need to be cleaned up. This one's still in there, so clean it up. That one just get drilled out and retap new threads on it, just to make sure it's all good. So here you go. Simple fix, but it'll get fixed, no problem. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and attempt to use an extractor on it, drill it out, and then see if I could actually get a extractor on it, heat this up really good, and then see if I can break loose. Do this, stick it there and turn it counterclockwise, but I'm just gonna heat it, the surrounding up, just to expand the heat, and it should come loose. So I went ahead and heated it up a lot, pretty hot. It was turning red, so try to use the extractor, and it's just seriously so seized. So I'm just gonna have to drill it out to the next bit until I get to the actual threads a little bit, and then I'm just gonna have to fix the threads on there with it's the tap itself. So here we go. These are the new ones I got. I believe it's like a 14 millimeter head. So the thread size is a 10 by 1.25 and 15 millimeter in length. So it's got something similar. So pretty much gonna be replacing these, and actually gonna clean up the threads on these holes here with a new tap that I got. So, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna add some blue Loctite to make sure they don't back out. But either way, I'm gonna be torquing all these to spec. Here's a 10 by 1.25 tap. It's pretty much gonna get it as centered as possible, and just kind of work it back and forth. And you wanna spray some penetrant in there as you go. Don't just go all in at once. So just kind of spray some, kind of keep it lubricated. So I'm gonna just do this to all holes and work them out. So there it is, all four tapped, ready to go. 4 new bolts with some blue Loctite. So what we can do is just put a little bit of Loctite on the threads. Should be good enough. and then just pretty much start it. It'll work itself around once you tighten it up. So one at a time. So there it is, all buttoned up. No more movement. Solid. Finally fixed. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this blown out shock. You can see it's already leaking into the floor. It was leaking pretty bad before I cleaned it out a couple times, the floor, but you can see all this oil residue on here. Blown out, gone. Pretty much I gotta loosen up the shock bolt in the bottom, this other bolt here for this lower control arm, and that bolt just to loosen it up and swing it down, and then open up the tailgate. I already removed these two nuts here, these two 15mm nuts, and it should drop down, and I'll swap over the shock over the coil-over setup. So here we go. You can see this one compared to the other side, it's solid, doesn't move at all, no movement like the other one, so that's good. You can see loosen that 14mm, or loosen this one too. Take them out all the way. And then that one just loosened her up, so I can swing the arm down. That's all you should do to be able to get the shock out. So you see it's pretty much already coming loose. So I'll show you guys next outside of the vehicle. Like this down, slides outwards. Easy does it. The old versus the new. Super leaking bad. So swap over all these components, part pieces, and it should be all good to go. There it is, all swapped over everything. None of the height adjusting changed or nothing, so it all just swapped over. Pretty much slipped this out on the old one, slid it back in. Everything swapped over, torqued everything, 22 foot-pounds. Pretty much gonna tighten everything up and finish it up. There it is, all installed. Everything torqued to spec. Clean up the grime, whatever, but it's all good now. Ready to go. It should be all good for the suspension wise. Left rear shock replaced. That was all fixed. The threads on there all fixed up. New bolts, new hardware torqued to spec with blue Loctite. So next video, I'm probably just gonna throw in some, probably show the battery relocation to modify it a little bit better than what it is right now, so make it more solid so it could pass tech inspection with no problems. Other than that, like I said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe.